They say that breaking up is hard to do, Suki. Now I know that it's true. Don't say that this is the end. Instead of breaking up, I wish that we were making up again. Oh, Suki.
Let me tell you something, Scotty. You called it. I was like, they're going to work on it. They're going to work on it. But I guess once you break the trust, you're out of here.
It's over, Johnny. You know, it's not over. Just the beginning. Show number 150, Suki and Scott Show, coming at you right now.
The Suki and Scott Show.
This is one of the funnest shows I've ever done.
It's musical. It's magical.
Whoa!
This is a sexy show.
Someone's getting some action.
These larger-than-life personalities are on an exciting new journey as they bring you the Suki and Scott Show.
You guys nailed it. You're great. You ask great questions. You listen.
The Suki and Scott Show is your one-stop destination for humor.
You just got George's earwax all over your ears, bud.
Entertainment.
Jesse's girl.
Wonderful.
And optimism.
You guys have such amazing energy.
Let's laugh together.
I love him.
The Suki and Scott Show.
Show number 150, Suk. It started out as a hobby a little over a year ago, and here we are, show 150. We roll along.
It was lucky 150 for us, but not so much for A-Rod and J-Lo. They officially called it quits. They are going their separate ways.
Suki, what did I tell you?
You said that this was going to happen a long time ago, and I guess it happened.
Suk, you believed in love. You believed in destiny.
Did.
And I told you that wasn't A-Rod's destiny.
No, but they blended their families for so long that I thought the kids were involved. I mean, she gave him his cred back. But the one thing about her, and I'm sure once you start, your eyes start roaming. It's, she is not going to stand for it. Like, what I don't understand is when you have a woman like J-Lo to come home to, maybe she might not be there every night.
Can I explain it to you?
Maybe she's there 6 months out of the year, but she's still there.
Here's the deal, Suk. We spoke about this last time. For guys and regular people like us, yes, that's like a dream come true, but it's all relative. For a guy like A-Rod, it's just another, yes, it's J-Lo, pretty woman, but he could have 1,000 other pretty women. And my guy Howard Stern said it best. You're only as loyal as your options when it comes to men. If you don't have other options, you're very loyal. If you're a guy like A-Rod, you're not going to be loyal. It's not going to happen. Suk, here's how I choose to remember A-Rod, just like this. That's the guy that we all know and love. There's A-Rod. That's our guy. Yeah, he loves himself. I told you he's narcissistic to the max. I've dealt with him on occasion, and I always told you I never thought he was a good guy, plain and simple.
You know that Bravo reality show Southern Charm? Apparently, he's like he was DMing or sliding into somebody's DMs. All right, listen, he might not have had. I mean, this is a question I'd like to ask everybody. If your significant other is communicating with another person, is that something that we should be worried about?
Well, Suk, listen, my wife doesn't care who I talk to.
Yeah.
Like when I send you nude pictures in the middle of the night, she doesn't care.
Always.
She doesn't care.
Because she knows I'm going to laugh at them. I'm going to be like,
right.
Really?
She knows it's a joke. But listen, I don't think, your wife is going to, or your husband's going to let you text other guys. But that's not the point. What I'm saying is it's A-Rod.
Randy G said, I told you he's a tool.
Yeah, he's a tool. That's all. I mean, listen, it's amazing that they keep hiring him for broadcasting jobs, but it is what it is. And listen, the bottom line is I feel bad for them, and they'll both find love somewhere else, and then again somewhere else.
I just feel bad for her. She's like our modern day Liz Taylor, and I just have such an affection for J-Lo, just for everything like she's created. I mean, okay. She finally had her babies with Mark Anthony. I mean, like Mark Anthony probably had a whole bunch of issues. Then she married that guy Casper. the backup dancer. And then she had like her first guy was some like, waiter or something like that she fell in love with when she was just starting. She got married to him. I mean, she believes in the sanctity of marriage, the union, the holy union.
You would think J-Lo, Jennifer Aniston, Halle Berry, you would think once they got guys, they would, but it doesn't work out that way.
Yeah, but Jennifer Aniston, I don't think is the marrying type.
Well, I do. More than J-Lo.
She's like that. She's like the woman you live with for the rest of your life.
All right.
And not that there's anything wrong with that.
Sook, we have got an amazing show tonight.
All right. Maybe she is the marrying type. That was a little judgy about me to say that about another woman. I mean, that was a little judgy. I take that back because Jennifer Aniston's like the girl next door too. She's probably like, she is so real. So that's wrong of me. So I apologize, Jennifer Aniston and Jennifer Aniston fans.
Wait, Sook, way to flip that around quickly. I like the way you did that.
No, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. So, whatever. We wish him well, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, we wish A-Rod well.
What's the over-under on how soon she gets married after A-Rod?
I give it another 6 months before she's engaged again.
She's going to find somebody and be like, this is it.
Yeah, this is the guy. This is it. Listen, great show last night. Jerry Springer singing Elvis. We had Tony Clark, the magician. Emma Deckers, the actress over in Holland with the new movie out, all about sex. Tonight, we've got Kate Flannery from, famous for The Office, of course. Kate has a new movie coming out called Golden Arm. We're going to talk to her about that. And did you know she's like sings on tour with Jane Lynch? The two of them have a show. They go on tour. And of course, Vic DiBitetto's coming up. Vic first known in these parts, remember when we had you and I think, right? We were covering the news and the storms when Vic would come on. Got to get the milk. And everybody loved Vic.
I think that was one of the first videos that went viral, don't you think?
Yeah. So he was on everybody's show with that. And now wait till you see what's going on with Vic. He's got some incredible news. He's got shows coming up. He's in TV shows. He's got it all going on. So he's coming up in just a few minutes, and you want to just say hello to some of the ladies who are on.
Okay, Randy Gee said, "Ask Vic if he likes A-Rod," and starts laughing. We will. Barbara Bagwell is here. Deborah A. Rossivili, Brenda Faye Ramsey. Cherry Hetrick is here. Susan Smith said, "Fantastic show last night." Yeah,
great show last night.
Selena Grant, Polar Giordano Basile.
you love that. Her husband with the dirty jokes.
Her husband loves Sandra Dice Clay.
Yeah.
Clay, Casey Smith, Danielle Reich.
They're loaded up. Sook, are you ready to get to Vic?
Yeah, let's do it. And Donna Fraschetto.
Everybody's in the house. All right, listen, let's, Vic DiBitetto, the guys, you know what? I'll tell you everything he's doing after he comes on. Here's a little taste of Vic. The guy has millions of followers on his pages now, Sook, blowing it out. Take a look. We'll bring him in on the other side.
Love you too. Yeah, don't bring any shit back from Home Goods. I can't wait for this freaking pandemic to end. It's driving me crazy with my wife. Let me explain why I'm all stressed out with this freaking. I gotta close the door behind me so the cat don't run in here and God forbid go in the dryer and come out like a freaking puffball. Look at this. Let me tell you, this is the land of misfits that never made it. Because every day she's bored, she redoes a cabinet, a closet, a room, and it all winds. Look, how many of these do we need? How many? How many of these do we need? The glass pitchers with the sprouts, the faucet, whatever the spigots, whatever they call you. These. How many do we need? Is it one enough? It just sits there taking up. How many? Hey, you need a basket? Look at these fucking baskets. A Tesca, a brown. We got a brown and yellow. Every color. I think Moses is in one of those baskets. Look at this. More baskets. Oh, shit up here. This has been here for years. I think to throw this shit. When in doubt, throw this shit out. There's too much shit. So how many more of these fucking Chinese container shits do we need? How many? We never use them.
Vic, I feel your pain, buddy. I feel your pain.
It's not that. It's not that. A-Rod and J-Lo.
I knew you'd be upset, Vic.
Thanks for having me, guys.
So anyway, one of our viewers wanted to know, what would Vic's take be on the whole breakup of J-Lo
Vic,
and...
You know what? Honestly, who cares? Who cares? You know what I worry about? What's under this roof and my children and my wife. That's all I care about. And my loyal fans and making people laugh in a world gone mad.
Vic, you know, it's amazing. They show up on national television to announce that they've split up. It's like, it's amazing. It's like the narcissism to just to set up that appearance to let people know.
Why bother getting married? You know it's not going to last. Just get a call girl and go somewhere. Who cares?
That's gonna.
They got the world by the goons. They don't know how good they got it. People are out of jobs. People are out of work. And a marriage is I know my wife. 40 years without my wife. She's my best friend. She's my rock. I don't know how to post-date a check without my wife. I don't know where I'd be without my wife. Marriage is a beautiful thing, but now in Hollywood they treat it like it's like changing underwear. It's disgusting.
Yeah. But you know why? Because without a wife, who else would torture their husbands with going to Home Goods?
Let me tell you. First of all, my wife stood at home 38 years on weekends for me to pursue my dream. That's a woman for you. When your wife is behind you, that's half the battle.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
So
and Vic, listen,
This is from Home Goods. What am I going to do with this? I was never good in geometry.
The world is flat anyway, right?
Listen. Don't get me started with that. There are people in this world who think the earth is flat. Do me a favor. Take a ride to the edge and take a picture. Show me the edge. Better yet, walk off the edge and fall off. Mind-boggling. The stupidity in this country is out of control. It's bad. You have no idea. Please, the blood pressure's been fine. Let's make this a nice.
Vic, listen, man. Since we
got a great laugh. You should work at the Coney Island Funhouse. You like De Niro and Kate Flannery. Counselor.
Yes,
wherever you are.
I think it was counselor, right?
Counselor.
Vic, listen, man. Since you were on with us last, I think it was back in the spring when this thing first kicked in. You've exploded, man. Let's talk first about Gravesend, which is a huge show right now. You're now a cast member with, and I saw you were shooting with our guy Sid Rosenberg. You guys are both in that show now, and everybody's hanging out with Dice.
Armando Sante, William Forsythe, Leo Rossi. I mean, come on. Dice contacted my manager. He wanted to work with me. Are you kidding me? Armando Sante came to my show in Boca Raton. I mean, it's just. Look, the fruits of my labor is finally paying off. I tell my fans, never give up, never surrender. 8 years ago, I was on a picket line in a school bus company, burning wood in a fire.
Wow.
This is just phenomenal. I kiss the ground every day when I get up. You have no idea. I'm very fortunate. Look at it. We started together at Pips 35 years ago.
In Brooklyn, right?
Full circle. This is insane.
I love it.
And the name of the show is Gravesend. That's where I grew up. I mean, could any more stars get lined up? It's just phenomenal.
So did he reach out to you, Vic? I mean, did he hand select you and say, you know what? Let me call my buddy Vic. Like, tell us how it happened.
He wanted to do, obviously he saw what's going on with my career, and he wanted to do something with me. I mean, we started together at Pips 30. We weren't buddies. It was hello, goodbye. We bumped each other in the hallway.
Yeah.
We worked the same stage that night. He became a star. I went on to drive a school bus, but he contacted my manager. He said, I would love to work with Vic.
Wow.
And the guy, he's a sweetheart.
He is a sweetheart.
I'm not blowing smoke up his ass. The guy is a legend. I would kill
for a third of his resume.
Yeah,
and
no,
I love
it's great.
people. I love the never wases that tell me, oh, you're a has-been.
Right.
The guy was in a movie with Lady Gaga and Brad Pitt. He's currently in a show in Hulu. The guy reinvented himself. Why are people so miserable and negative?
They're miserable. They're nasty. They got nothing.
When I see somebody succeed, it inspires me.
Can I tell you something? Dice happens to be a very good actor.
Absolutely.
He was really good in the Lady Gaga movie, right? The what is it, Soup? The Star
is Born.
Star is Born. But he's a really, and listen, he was the first comedian, I think, to sell out Madison Square Garden, right?
He hosted SNL, Fort Fairlane, hosted SNL, movies, TV show. He helped me a lot in Gravesend because here I am.
And you know, like what you said, he reinvented himself, which everybody's in the process of reinventing themselves right now as we speak. And it's incredible because he didn't have a clear-cut path as how he was going to convince these people. Did he ever give you the secret as how he convinced people that he's worth their time to put into and to give an opportunity to?
Look, let me tell you, the show we did together in Boca was electric. That was the first show that South Florida actually saw during the pandemic. Look at that. I mean, come on. That was before my hair transplant. Sorry. You can show whole movies on that head. Oh my God. Anyway, and it was both of us together. I mean, we co-head. There's two. Normally, it's an MC, an opener, and a headliner. We were co-headlining. It was electric. What a night! So now we're doing it in Pennsylvania in the July. We're testing the waters. Hopefully, this will turn into something big. Who knows? You know.
Yeah, nice. When I was talking to Sid about it today, and you guys being in the show together, he said, "Yeah, you guys are coming to Pennsylvania." But listen, before that, even bigger news, you are headlining at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City, Mark Edis Arena, dude, April 23rd and 24th. Did you ever think you'd be doing that? It's sold out.
Even though it's limited capacity.
Arena, 5,000 seats there, Vic.
Right. I mean, even though it's limited capacity, it's sold out. That's why they're having it in the 5,000-seat theater. Me and Bob Saget, one of the first acts in there since Atlantic City opened up. And it's beautiful. You know, it's an hour and a half from my house. I love Atlantic City. And it's a sign, it's a glimmer of hope. Hopefully we're turning the corner with this damn pandemic. And because people want to get out. They need to be entertained, and the comedians need to be on stage. You know, I did the outdoor shows. That was good for a while, but then it got cold. What am I going to do? What are people going to be in igloos in February?
You know what? The worst part was when we had to eat in igloos if we wanted to go out. My husband was like, tried it once. My husband tried it once. He goes, "You kidding me, right? I'm never going to come back here."
Well, I did a video on that. Eating outdoors in the rain. That went viral. I got so many. Me and my manager, we couldn't figure it out. But all my videos put together, it's millions upon millions. One page has 30 million. Other page has 50 million. It's just, I have more viewers than somebody on a sitcom. Seriously.
Absolutely. No, it's insane, Vic. It's insane. When you're getting ready to do a show, I know you were doing it with Dice in Florida, but now you're headlining the Hard Rock, right? What do you do? About an hour and change?
I do an hour, at least an hour. You open up, who's going to be Tom Daddario. He's opening up for me. He does like 20 minutes. I go up, I do at least an hour. You know, because casinos, they want you, it's got to end. They want them out on the casino.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bite the hand that feeds me. But you just let me go. I'll do 2.5 hours. But up to me, I'll have to do 30 minutes, go home and go to sleep.
Did they give you a nice suite up top for the night?
Oh, everything. The whole thing. They're sending a limo. We're going to eat at Chef Vola, which is, I don't know if you ever heard of Chef Vola. That was amazing. It's just, you know what it is? It's just, it's beautiful what's going on. The damn pandemic, and now this Dice, the Hard Rock. I mean, it's just beautiful. Life is good. I can't complain.
So listen, Vic, are you going to tweak your comedy for the venues? Like, or are you going to... Or how are you going to change it? Are you going to talk about?
You already have it done. Is it already done?
Well, I got another 20 minutes of new material from the pandemic.
Right.
But it's basically, what do you mean? As far as the cancel culture?
No. Yeah, you could do the cancel culture too. Yeah. Have you changed?
I'm not changing my act for nobody.
That's brilliant.
I don't apologize to nobody. You don't like me? Don't come to my show. That's how I am. You know, this is me. This is what you get. Look, I'm not clever like Jerry Seinfeld. but I talk about some of my videos. I talk about social issues like George Carlin. My content is so diverse. Every day I'm putting out different content. Yeah. That's another thing separate from the live performances. It's
so there's no cross-pollination, you're saying. So when you are on stage, it's different than the videos that we're seeing on your Facebook.
Absolutely. Okay. 2 different animals, 2 different things. Absolutely.
Vic, when you're doing that video, and I was going to put it up, but I was going to use it when you're in your yard and your neighbors are asking you all these questions.
Oh, I know neighbors.
Yeah, and you're so fed up. You're like, yeah, Bob. Yes, Jeannie. So you give them the lines to say, or it's you just. How do you work that?
It's almost like Curb Your Enthusiasm. We don't really have a script. I tell them what to do, and if we mess up, we do it again. And they're the coolest neighbors, man. They get recognized now.
Right.
My mother-in-law gets recognized. My cat, Eddie, has a fan club. People are sending me cat toys to my P.O. box.
I love it. Well, like you said, man, you've been doing this a long time. You've been at it for a while. I want to take you back for a minute. Take you back. You look a little different here, but I want to take you back. Take you back. Well, I've been told by some people, and they are. I said to take it back. Believe I've seen Rocky 1,000 times, buddy.
Yo, 2 bumps from the darkness.
Here you go. Watch this. This is from like maybe 11 years ago. Take a look.
I'm Italian. I know I'm Italian. I grew up in a basement. That's how I know I'm Italian. Italians have a beautiful house, 3 floors, they live in a basement. I didn't see upstairs, I was 5 years old, I couldn't get past the ropes. You can't use the furniture, it's all wrapped in plastic. And my grandma, you expecting rain in the house? Why do you do this? Even a dog is wrapped in plastic, let him out. Look, he's trying to bark, he's fogging up, let him out. Then you're on the couch, you make that embarrassing noise, right? That wasn't me, that was the plastic, don't look at me. You ever fall asleep in that plastic in the summertime? You start drooling in your sleep, you wake up, you stick it to the couch. You feel like a fruit roll-up. Get me off! I don't know what happened, I was watching a movie, get me off! Go get me a beer, forget it, I'll take the whole couch, I don't care. Open the door.
Wow, look how heavy I was.
You look a little different, yeah?
How much weight I lost. Come on, are you kidding me? Oh. I forgot.
Vic, you're supposed to wear pants on these things.
I wasn't thinking. Something, that's some of the old material. A lot of people say, are you going to do the old material? You do the old material, they go, don't you have new material? You do the new material. Well, how come you didn't do the...
Yeah, where's the old material?
I mixed it up. It's old, new, and improv.
It's so funny. Our booker out in LA, Sharon Olson, was just texting me. She said she used to work on a show with Dice called Hits. Do you remember that show? He was like the head of a record label, and she says she used to book actual guests for that show.
I don't remember that one.
You don't remember that one? Yeah.
He was on Crime Stories, and he had his comedy show. That one doesn't ring a bell.
He was, he's done a lot of stuff, but you know what, man, it's great. We love to see you doing this, and you've just gotten bigger and
on your own.
I mean, you're headlining, and it's just, you're a Jersey guy, you're a local New York area guy.
Born and raised in Brooklyn. I now live in New Jersey, which, it's all the same clientele.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're living in Jersey.
What's the difference between North Jersey and Brooklyn, or South Philly and the north end of Boston? Please, don't get me started.
But
it's Vic, it's the accent. It's
the accent. It's great. And Vic, you know what I wanted to ask you about too? I was also reading this back in 1991. Suki, you may not notice, America's Funniest People, that show.
Wow.
You were on with your son. You guys won 10 grand, like the grand prize. And you did like some mock ventriloquist act with your son.
Yes.
Do you remember it at all?
Absolutely. I took him. I had him in a suitcase. He was 5 years old. Trying to do that today? Forget about it.
What'd you do? Let me hear.
I put him on I had rouge. I put rouge on for cheeks, and I put 2 lines like a puppet. He had a bow tie. I sat him on my lap, and as he sang Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, I drank a glass of water. and it killed. We won $10,000 first prize.
That is amazing. So
He's
funny.
now 30 years old and he lives in Scotland now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did he at least, when he sang it, did he make like the gargling noise? Like it was. He was
No,
crazy?
he just sang it through and I drank the water. It was great. It was great.
That's all you did? You won the
News
prize.
came to the house. It was great. It was
Oh, that's so funny. That is so funny, man. I love it. So
was that the moment that you knew that you wanted to do this, Vic? Like, you know, like the applause, the adulation, the television? No.
School. I was the class clown, the usual. Then my friend said there's an amateur night at Pips Comedy Club in Sheepshead Bay, and that's where it all started. I kept at it. And Pips, that was like the comedy boot camp. I mean, I started with Dice, Richard Jenny, John Mulrooney, Otto and George. I mean, they got to do a movie about Pips. That was the comedy boot camp. That was the oldest comedy club in the country at the time. It was where the mobsters met the lobsters.
I love it. You got so many fans on here, Vic. Everybody's chiming in.
My fans are the best. My fans are the most loyal, supportive fans a comic could ask for. You know,
it's great.
Suki, you know, I did it on my own. I did it my way. Here I am. It started. I was what, 53, 55, 54. I started with the social media, which is basically used by the millennials. And I did it my way. I was tired of waiting for the break and for the movie producer or the TV director. And the rest has been beautiful. I got 1.1 million fans just on Facebook alone.
Wow.
That's wild.
And, you know, it all started. Kevin James put me in Mall Cop 2. I signed with my manager, Russell Best, who's been above and beyond. Yeah, there you go. That was my acting debut right there. It's not who you know. It's who knows you. Boy, you guys are prepared. Wow.
There you go,
now
bud.
Gravesend, and now Dice, the Hard Rock. I mean, I'm booked from September all the way to August. It's all coming back now. It's just, you know, I tell my fans, we're going through crazy times. The American dream is still alive. Some people don't want to believe that, but this is living proof. I drove a garbage truck, a dump truck. So I drove my garbage truck to Dangerfields one night. I told the manager, if I pick up your garbage, can you give me stage time?
Wow.
Come on. You think Seinfeld have had to do this? My story should be a movie one day. One day.
You should, man. You should. And you know what? I think Sid Rosenberg can play you in the movie.
Well, I know. He's very intimidating, but a sweetheart. I never saw a guy get beat red in 2 minutes. He was like a strawberry in a canister.
Yes, and he's all tanned up. He's jacked up.
Yeah, he was jacked, but he was perfect for the part.
So funny, funny.
I love what you just said, like, because a lot of people out there, like, you know, maybe our viewers are like trying to live the dream, or trying to work social media like you are, like working their side gig while working their other hustle. When was it you knew you were onto something, Vic? When did you know that what year was it? Like, how long did you work it? Like, what was that aha moment for you?
I've been doing these videos since 2009. Bread and Milk went viral in 2013.
Was that the first one?
That's the first one that went viral. But a lot of people think that's the one that made me. It didn't make me. That's the one that happened to go viral.
Viral, yeah.
But after that, I noticed, wow, look at all these comments. Look at all these followers.
Yeah.
Then I kept at it. I kept every day. I kept posting at the same time. And Kanye, I did a rant on Kanye West. That went viral. I did a rant on Justin Bieber. That went viral. Fast forward, when the pandemic first started, I did Message to the Government, which struck a nerve with everybody in this country. That went viral. It's got 30 million views just on Facebook. It's millions and millions because it struck a nerve.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not only doing characters and being silly, I also hit social issues, which some people have a problem with, but I don't care. Let them.
Right. You know what?
Everything gets political.
I was going to say, if we can't laugh at ourselves as a people, then we've lost it. Like, we got to be able to laugh at the craziness.
Absolutely.
Where we are, the hypocrisy of our government sometimes.
Absolutely.
And it's both sides. I'm not picking one side over another.
That's what I stress. Yes, that's what I stress. You got fanatics on both sides. Remember Goodfellas? You got the right over here and the left over here. And I'm like, what do you want from me?
Vic, you know what's funny? I've watched this movie 20 times with my daughter, and I never realized that was you until I saw it today.
How could you not realize that's me?
I you know what? Because I think it was even before we had you on the first time.
Okay.
And I was like, man, you know what? This guy looks familiar, and even there, you look a little different than you do now. But
wow, how heavy I was.
Look at you all the way on the left, right? I didn't realize you were one of the guys in that scene.
Cizzetti from Staten Island. That was my part.
Yeah. So funny. And listen, you know, when
part of a Staten Islander, coming from a Staten Islander.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, you're in Staten Island?
Yeah.
She grew up on Staten Island, Suki.
Now, if we were in Staten right now, I'd be going, hey, who did your kitchen? I got a guy. That would have to get those cabinets. Fatura. You gotta go to the guy.
I got a guy.
And Kevin kept that line in the movie. I got a guy. It's just
got a guy. I got a guy. And you know, Vic, you know what's funny when you go through even just your Facebook stuff, you know, you just have like random shots like this.
I look like Putin. Look at that.
Yeah. And then you got shots like that.
Look at that head. I got a 5 head. Wow.
It's great though, man. But listen, the big news is coming up, Atlantic City, Hard Rock Casino, Friday, April 23rd. That's next week, right? That's next Friday, Saturday.
Yep.
April 23rd and 24th. But it's sold out already, so you can't get tickets.
I think I'm going to hit that stage, and I'm just going to look at that audience. You know, I'm 60 years old. The older you get, the more sentimental you get.
Yeah, take it in, bud.
I'll start choking up. I'm just going to look at that audience. You don't have no idea what this is like for me and for those people. This is a milestone going on here. You know,
love it.
It's a sign of better things to come.
It will be, Vic. It will be. You're so humble. And listen, if you go out and get your wife something nice, it's a big night.
You got everything.
Spend your money.
She got everything from Home Good. Look at it. Look what she bought a frame from Home Good. Look at the picture she puts in. Look at that picture.
My name's Vic. I love it. Vic, this is your schedule coming up right here. You got this whole tour going on.
That's just part of it. The rest of it is on my website, VicDiBitetto.net.
Love it, man. I love it. Listen, Vic, next time, next time you come back, they'll be talking about you for an Academy Award. I guarantee.
From your mouth to God's ears, please.
And listen, next time you're doing a big show in the New York area, have your people. Hey, Scott and Suki, how about a couple ticks?
Well, I was at. Oh, of course, no problem. I was at. Matter of fact, the last club I did was the Gotham.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That weekend was when the whole damn pandemic started, and my picture was still on the wall for like months. So that's my.
You were coming.
Hopefully, I'll be back there.
Beautiful, Vic. Thank you so much.
It's got to be better than 33%. You know, I want to nothing like a full house.
Listen, man, you got one at Hard Rock. It's going to be great, and just suck it all in. Take some pictures on the stage.
I'm going to suck it. I'm going to nurse it. I'm going to caress it. I'm going to feel it up. You have no idea. No idea.
You're the best, buddy. Listen, congrats on everything, my man.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations, Vic.
We love you.
Anytime.
Listen.
Show. This is so nice.
You're
prepared. You're professional. It's just so nice.
Listen, did you think I'd pull out a little Paul Blart for you? Come on.
I wasn't expecting that. Beautiful.
Listen. If you ever want to give Dice a little nudge to come on the show, we'll take that too.
I will run it by him. But he's a character.
I know. I've been watching him for a long time. Thank you, my man. You're the best, Vic. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you, God. Thank you,
Vic.
Suki.
Goodbye, Vic. All the best.
Thank you,
Take
guys.
care, bud. Bye-bye.
Vic DiBitetto.
So great, Suk. How great is he?
Hysterical. He's so funny, and I'm so happy he's doing well. And you know what I love about it? Like, we were talking about the bread and milk that went viral because we were both on TV at the time.
Yeah.
And I remember it was 2013. That's really it makes sense because nobody really started doing stuff until about 2013 because it all really started in 2008, 2009.
Yep. And it's, you know what, that got to get the milk and bread thing hit the chord with everybody because, when there's a storm coming, everybody you got to go out. Now everybody kind of mimics what he did, but it was always, you got to go get the milk, the bread, and the eggs for the storm.
But you know what I love? That he didn't wait for anybody to give him a shot. He just started creating videos and using the millennial speak and just started doing it himself, doing his take. I love it.
Now, Suk, much like last night after Jerry Springer and Tony Clark, Vic would have been enough for this show for our audience tonight.
No, we're going to kill it right now.
Suk, it's show number 150 in our arsenal. It's our last night of the week where we do the live shows, and we're finishing off with an actress, a singer, a writer. She's she's legendary at this point. Was on one of the biggest shows in sitcom history, The Office. Kate Flannery's coming up. She's in the green room. She's got a new movie out called Golden Arm, and it's a kind of like an arm wrestling comedy type thing. I'm going to show you a little bit of it, and that comes out in theaters and on digital on April 30th. Here's a clip from Golden Arm. We'll bring her in on the other side. Take a look.
Slam it down. Slam it down hard. Okay, how was it? That was cute.
Yeah.
Are there hooks?
No, there aren't. I'll hold it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, great. Great. Come on.
Has this been wiped down recently?
Hey, let's not worry about that. Okay. All right. You got this.
Are you ready?
Yeah. No. Yes.
She's ready. She's got this.
This is on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Come on, Mel. Here we go. Oh, God.
Teacher,
Pull Mel. What the f? Oh,
I'm so sorry.
how the f did you do that?
I don't know.
Well, we may just be in the presence of a golden arm.
A what?
Well, that's when a woman like yourself, weak, ineffectual, soft, like a jellyfish.
Oh, okay, I get it.
But she has got one goddamn powerful arm.
I felt like I was talking to my wife for a minute, Suk. Weak and effective, soft. There she is, ladies and gentlemen.
How are you?
Kate, how are you?
I'm fantastic.
Kate,
My arm is so sore. I'm exhausted. She almost broke it.
Oh, my God. I love how they make you look like, this country backwoods bartender who's just looking to make some money. Right?
We shot on location in Oklahoma.
Just my goodness.
You can feel it, right?
Yeah.
Osmosis. You just took it all in.
Totally. How are you guys doing? How's it going?
Kate, we started this show a little over a year ago just for the pandemic to have some fun. And next thing we know, we can't get out of it. We try to stop. We can't. We're booked through the end of May with celebrities and performers. We can't stop it, Kate.
It's a champagne problem, my friend. Right?
We'll take it.
It's real. It's been great.
Good problem to have.
We have this great community of viewers who they just, everybody looks forward to the show. And, just seeing you guys just in your homes and hanging out.
I know. Nice mantle there, Kate. I'm trying to get out of my goddamn kitchen. You got a beautiful mantle right there.
Thank you so much. Somebody sent me flowers. I don't normally have flowers on my.
I was going to say, that's gorgeous. I love the flowers.
Nobody died. They just sent me flowers. So relax. Sorry.
Was it your birthday?
I pull a lot of favors in this business, a lot of favors. Right?
Listen, we got a lot to discuss.
Okay.
Plus, I want to hear you sing a little because I've been watching you sing all day with Jane Lynch. So Golden Arms coming out April 30th. You can see it in a theater. If you don't want to go to a theater, you could get it on video on demand.
That's right.
Just give us a little synopsis of the movie. Obviously, you've got this girl who doesn't look like she'd be a great arm wrestler, and she is.
This is true. Yeah. So I'm in the moment of them discovering her talents, and then they just go off on a crazy adventure. I mean, Dot Marie Jones is in the movie. Dot Marie Jones actually was an arm wrestling champ in real life. Right. Dot Marie Jones from Glee.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
She was coach.
Yeah,
she was.
That's right. She was coach. Ron Funches is in it. It's just a really fun comedy that just happens to be about female arm wrestlers. So I think we could use a little something else on the menu, right?
Definitely. We can do something else than the other crap that we've been watching all day long. That's for sure. If I watch any more reality TV, I might go kill myself. I'm done with it. I'm done with all the crap. I'm done with it. Kate, I cannot tell you how much I loved your character in The Office. Words cannot express.
That's my Benjamin Franklin look. I'm from Philadelphia, so I'm happy to represent Ben Franklin. That's awesome.
I mean, like, where do you even start with this? I mean, it was like such a juice. I mean, being an alcoholic, somehow it was all right. You made it a little bit okay.
Well, I got to tell you, I am a bar owner's daughter. I come by playing an alcoholic, quite honestly. My dad owned Flannery's Tavern. My grandfather started Flannery's Tavern in 1933. My dad ran it from 53 to 98. Then my brother had a bar downtown. My dad was like semi-retired and working for my dad. For my brother 5 days a week. Anyway, you can't get out of it. I bartended and waited tables up and through the first season of The Office. It was like the family business.
That's great. And
I was doing it out here in LA, but still.
I mean, you look at that show, so popular. I mean, everybody with lines that use the quotes and T-shirts.
Right.
And the Michael Scott character. You guys, with the cast of characters that you guys had, I mean, you must have had an absolute ball shooting these shows.
We really, really did. Actors say that all the time, and they're full of crap. We actually did. It was the greatest. I mean, sometimes, I didn't speak all the time, but it was the greatest job. I mean, because every day we would just. You try not to laugh, but you'd be laughing under your breath constantly. Like that was the main job, was don't laugh. Like that's basically what I was learning.
Right. Don't laugh at on camera, right? Yeah.
Don't blow the take.
I mean, your physicality in this was just, I mean, I cannot even tell you how on point it was. I mean,
well, I've known a lot of Merediths. I've waited on a lot of Merediths. I've served a lot of Merediths at bars. Right? I mean, but you know what I'm talking about. Right? And anytime someone comes up to me and like, I'm the Meredith of my office, I believe her because she's loud and proud. Like only Meredith would be like, yeah, the most unapologetic, like just I mean, seriously, I apologize all the time, which I wish I was more like Meredith. Seriously. I mean, she does not care what anybody thinks about her. What a great thing to, I mean, most women have an issue. It is empowering.
In all her fragility, she was a very powerful woman in her own right. In the office scenario.
Right. Totally.
Alcoholic, divorced, single.
Right.
That's a triple threat. Yeah.
Accident prone, just a little accident prone, but a survivor, like a cockroach, like most drunks, Oh, good.
And it's just, it's amazing. I mean, even the people who didn't, because I never got to see all the episodes. I caught, in betweens. But when you say like Dunder Mifflin, everybody knows where that's from, even if you didn't watch the show. I mean, the marketing, the merchandising they did with this program is phenomenal.
Even our kids know what it is. Even my son has this T-shirt with Dunder Mifflin.
Oh, the kids are so. I mean, I feel like it's a whole new level of consciousness. It's become like a culture, and I feel like your son must be smart because I feel like the smart kids really get it. They really understand.
Okay.
He comes out here every now and then to get like a bag of potato chips with his shirt off, and Scott yells at him like, "God, come on, start putting some push-ups in, kid. Come on, lay off those chips."
Now that's what I call a cameo. Is he 18? Oh, yeah. He's not 18, right? Never mind.
He walks by, no shirt. It's unbelievable.
He's got quite a platform.
Yeah.
Last night we had Jerry Springer on, and we've so many celebrities that we've had on have been on Dancing with the Stars.
Right.
John O'Hurley. I mean, we've had so many on, and everybody's gone through that Dancing with the Stars university, if you will.
Yes.
And we said to Jerry, was that one of the hardest things you've had to do, was to learn how to do that? And I asked you the same thing. Was that physically one of the hardest things you ever had to do?
I have to say, I didn't know. I didn't know if I could do it because I hadn't danced since I was in my 20s. And I was the oldest person on it for that season after Mary Wilson got cut the first episode. God rest her soul. I can't believe she's gone.
I know.
Yeah,
it's so crazy. It's so crazy. Life is so crazy. She was awesome. But yeah, so I didn't know, it was definitely the most demanding. And you sort of you start thinking that it's really is a dance competition, but then you forget there's a reality part too, and there's a lot of drama, and what are they gonna, what violin are they gonna play this week on whose life? I mean, it's really crazy. But I will say,
that outfit, I would have a heart attack to even have to wear those clothes. They'd be like, oh my God. Were you like, God, I feel good. Like, I'm going to sell this. This is happening for me.
I started to. I mean, I had a good time. I mean, I didn't know. I mean, of course, getting judged, 3 million people are watching every week sucks. It just sucks. Because it's just like, don't watch I don't want anybody to know my grades, but there you go. That's what it is. But
hey, I'll tell you what, in this picture right here, you're looking pretty darn sexy. I'll give you that right there.
It's the best gym ever is to be on that show. And then I got to do the tour, the national tour, with everybody. I got asked to do more dates than anybody else last season because I don't know why. I mean, I didn't win, obviously, but I had a great time. And I feel like there's Pasha Pashkov, my dance. He's the greatest. That guy is a 7-time national champion.
Is he?
Yeah. I have no business dancing with that guy. He's the greatest. Yes. Oh my God. And
it like driving a Ferrari out of curiosity when somebody like gets your back, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I have a posture. Oh
yeah, it's sort of like Mario Andretti's next to you going shift. Get on it. I'm like, oh, okay. But literally, like I was asked to do 54 of their 80 shows on the road, so I got to host at Radio City. That's I hosted. I got to do a comedy monologue, and then I got to do a couple of the numbers from my season. So fun. It's really fun.
Awesome.
So I was doing some reading on you today, of course. I know you were part of the Second City, the comedy
National Touring Company. Yeah.
There were a couple things that just struck me, that appeared. You were in something called the Miss Vagina pageant back in the day.
Yes, I was.
I was just curious.
My parents are so proud.
What kind of pageant was that?
It was a comedy. It had sort of it was just a take on pageants, because it was kind of like a feminist take on it, because they are sort of judging your body more than anything else, no matter what they say. And it's funny because I remember Lorne Michaels came to the show and he was looking for
Brilliant.
So it literally became like a pageant because there were 6 women in the show and 4 of us were up for SNL. Obviously, I did not get it. Didn't go my way that time, but it was it's an honor just to be nominated. It's great to be seen by Lauren.
SNL did a
so
skit
surreal.
about vaginas, believe it or not. And my friend, who is a budding stand-up comedian, was the vagina. She didn't have any words. She just walked around as a vagina.
That's amazing. I think it's either a career peak. It's either the beginning or the end. I don't know where you go from there. Yeah.
Listen, what was that lady yesterday in the movie? What did she say about vaginas? Remember in that clip, Scotty?
Oh my God! Yeah, we had an actress on. Emma Deckers was on, and they have a movie called All About Sex. And there was a line. I said, "Suk, I'm going to use that line from now on." It was something about the bartender was just trying to pick her up while she was sitting there, and her friend says, "Is your vagina always this electric?" or something to that effect. But it was better than that. It was even funnier than that. And I couldn't remember what it was, but it was a great line. It was a great.
And where are you guys right now? Where are you? Tell me where you are.
I'm in northern New Jersey. She's over in New York.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Oh, upstate. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so
we're upstate as it can be, Westchester County. That's what my
husband. Sure.
He grew up in Queens. He goes, "It's upstate." I was like, "No."
Right.
So Kate, listen, I also love, the other aspect of you is you singing is fantastic. You and Jane Lynch do your thing together. But first, I want to show our audience. I was trying to find something that wasn't copyright infringement.
Sure.
So I found this little minute or so, and then we'll come back on the other side. Maybe we'll all sing together. Here, watch.
Right on. Okay.
Someone's being bashful. That's no way to be. Not with me. Can't you see that I am just as embarrassed as you, and I can understand your point of view? Hit it. I've always been shy. I confess that I'm shy. Can't you guess that this confident air is the mask that I wear? 'Cause I'm shy. You make sure way down the my demure. Though some people I know might deny it, I'm not about quiet anymore.
Love it.
You got that Broadway thing going, and you and Jane Lynch are
Yeah, we did this.
You guys are
We've
singing
been touring
it up.
for years, for the last 6 years. Obviously, the pandemic kept us out last year, but we're definitely going to pick up some dates when everything opens up again. Yeah, Jane was asked to do a cabaret show, and we had sung together. I've known Jane for years. I was her understudy in Chicago, and we've sung at benefits before. And, The Office ended and then Glee ended. Our shows ended around the same time. So we just decided to do this act together, and we did a Christmas album, and it did really well. The Christmas album is called A Swingin' Little Christmas. And it was number 8 on the Billboard Top 10 for weeks. And so now I'm contractually obligated to spend every Christmas for the rest of my life with Jane Lynch, which is awesome.
What's your favorite Christmas song to sing?
We do a version of We Three Kings. It sounds like Dave Brubeck's Take 5. It's really fun. And then I also do a version of Good King Wenceslas, but I always always say Good King What's His Face, because I don't know how to pronounce it. But it sort of sounds like Louis Prima's Old Black Magic. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
Can you give us a little?
You run an Acapulco? Really?
Yeah, come on.
I usually have a chorus of 1,000 people behind me.
You don't even need it.
Okay. Good King What's His Face looked out on the feast of Stephen when the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even. Brightly shone the moon that night, though the frost was cruel, when a poor man came in sight, gathering winter fuel. Good night, everybody.
Listen, get rid of that band. You don't even need the orchestra.
You're funny. Well, I always say our show, we do a non-Christmas show as well called Two Lost Souls. And I say, and we actually were at the Carlisle in 2018 for, we debuted a show for a couple weeks. So great. Got to stay there. We got to have breakfast in the fancy dining room every day. It was awesome. But I will say it's kind of like the Rat Pack, but with a couple of broads.
I love it.
And we're singing with the Tony Guerrero Quintet. We've just had a blast. It's just been a labor of love. And, we're going to hit the road again in the fall. I think, and hopefully next Christmas. So everything's, it's really been an embarrassment of riches. I feel like I've gotten to do so many things that I really love to do.
It's great.
And
are you
crazy
jealous? Because what I love is she came from a big family.
Yes. I'm one of 7 kids.
And you're a twin.
Yes, although my sister and I don't look alike, but I feel like she could take my place on the cartoons that I've worked on, because she sounds exactly like me. She's actually way funnier than I am too, but that's another story.
You know what's funny? I looked for some pictures of you guys. I couldn't find any online. I kept coming up with Jane Lynch and her sister when I put in you and your sister.
Jane Lynch and I, it's like we're twins, like Danny DeVito and John Travolta, or Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold.
That's
so
funny.
Great.
So are you the funniest person in your family, Kate?
No. The contest is no. I can be funny on stage. I feel like no. I mean, no. My sister Susie, I think, is the funniest. But everybody's got a good sense. My dad's actually the funniest. He's the best. So my dad owned this bar in Germantown. It was not the nicest part of Philadelphia. But, my dad was so devoted to the community, and he owned the rooms above the bar. So he always had a lot of alcoholics. So they lived upstairs. If they couldn't pay the rent, he'd let them work it off. So we always had a lot of guys like putting up a shelf or cutting, that maybe they didn't smell so good,
What were the stories like, Kate? What were the storytelling like? I mean, I feel like any of my friends who are bartenders had the best stories.
It's endless. There's a guy that worked for my dad. He lived upstairs for a little while, and my dad came back, and somebody broke in, and the cops were there, and they said, "Is it the new guy that just moved upstairs?" He goes, "No." He goes, "I left $500 with a bottle of booze on top, and I left for 15 minutes. And when I came back, the money was still there, but the booze was down a little bit." And the cops go, "You're right. He didn't take it." It's almost like a parable. It's like a biblical text that he'd give these guys. So awesome. But my dad was a good judge of character, and he had a big heart. And I can remember being the only people at some of these guys' funerals because they didn't have any family. But my dad was so loyal, so sweet. Good guy.
Amazing. Great.
Yeah.
Well, let's say, Kate, you were on The Office for, what was it, 9 seasons?
9 seasons, yeah.
9 seasons. Okay, so I have a little 5-question quiz
on
The
right.
Office.
Right on.
You and Suki was a big fan of the show. You're going to play together.
She's not anymore. She's like,
was a big fan.
My son is now. I told you my son is.
You passed it on to another generation. Well done. Well done.
I will ask you guys a couple questions, and together, because I know, listen, you've been on the show. You would think you know everything, but sometimes you forget.
I know.
Something.
I don't. I know. The trivia people are better than me.
Let's see how we do. So, like, here's question number one. You remember Todd Packer?
Of course.
Okay. So what?
Played by David Koechner. Yeah.
What does Todd Packer's license plate say? What does it say on his license plate?
William Hung.
There you go. W.L. Hung. Nicely done.
I'm saying William Hung. It's well hung. Whatever. Whatever you want to do. He used to say William Hung, but it's well hung. Right?
I knew you were being nice on that. I know. Did you know that one, Suk? Did you remember that one?
I did. It's a good it's a meme that's around a lot too.
Right.
All right, here's the next one. This one's about Dwight. What was the name of the porcupine that quilled Dwight? You remember the name of the porcupine that got Dwight?
I'll
give you three.
Frank Sinatra. No, I don't know. I can't remember. Help me.
I'll give you multiple choice.
Okay, Budweiser. No. Jose Cuervo. Jose Cuervo. Oh, sorry, that's Booze. I can remember. I'm just throwing out Booze names.
You're back to your character. Was it Maxine, Florence, or Henrietta?
Henrietta.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Nicely done, young lady.
That's not good, though. I should need multiple choice. I should not need multiple choice. That's bad.
All right. Suki, did you know that if she needed help on that?
Multiple choice, yeah.
All right, here we go. Three more to go. What is the name of the jazz club in the show titled Threat Level Midnight? The name of the jazz club.
Oh,
Michael Scott at the piano.
Dude, I can tell you the name of the real bar, but I can't tell you the one in the show. No, I don't know.
Is it the Funky Dude, the Funky Cat, or the Funky Strut?
You go for it, Suki.
I'm going to say it's the Funky Cat. Like, it sounds like the Funky Cat.
Kate, do you agree?
Yes.
You are correct. It was the Funky Cat. Nicely done.
Should be the Flunky Cat because I don't remember.
No, I mean,
sorry.
Kate's like, Jesus, how much longer do I have to stay here? There are two more. This one I think you'll get.
Okay.
Who does Andy dress up as for Halloween in the episode called Here Comes Trouble? Andy dresses up as someone for Halloween.
George Michael.
Nicely done, young lady. Nicely done. Look at him. He looks like
so good, right?
So good. So good.
All right. And finally, the last one is who came up with the phrase, suck it?
That would be David Wallace.
You would be correct, young lady. Nicely done.
Played by Andy Buckley. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice job. You did pretty well.
It wasn't bad. Yeah.
No, not at all.
It was really good. You're great.
Well, listen.
I'm a little drunk. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, I
am.
Golden Arm coming out this Friday. Right? April 30th.
A week from
next Friday. Next Friday. Not
Friday.
This Friday. Next Friday.
Don't rush it. Yeah. Oh, actually, 2 Fridays. Yeah. We got a while. We got a ways. Yeah.
Next Friday or 2 Fridays? Oh,
it's 29. It's the 30th. Yeah. We got 2 weeks. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm rushing this month.
Rush
Golden Arm VOD on demand. You can go to the theater and watch it. It looks like a great movie. Kate, listen, if you ever want to, we had Jane Lynch on when we were doing the morning show here in New York.
Right.
Jane was on, and oh my God, I just went through the whole Glee seasons with my daughter on Netflix. She is, that character for her is just
the greatest,
through the roof.
Sue Sylvester. Yeah.
I mean, when she like whispers into Will's ear, like she's lambasting him for like a minute and a half. I'm like, how the hell do you remember those lines like that? And without laughing, deliver it with that, and it's just fantastic.
Right. Well, it's funny if you see us live, it's kind of like she's kind of a version of Sue Sylvester, and I'm kind of like a version of Meredith. I'm just saying, you know, the truest part of ourselves.
I think the two of you should actually co-host and do a game show because I think you guys would be fantastic.
That'd be fun. Well, Jane's doing Weakest Link now, as well as Hollywood Game Night.
She's so damn sarcastic as to who the weakest link is.
If she gets tired, maybe I'll step in. I'll let you know. Yeah, I don't think she's gonna get tired. She's
funny. That is like a Sue Sylvester hosting Weakest
Totally.
Link, right?
It's perfect. Perfect for her. It's perfect.
Listen,
she's perfect.
If you want to throw her our number one of these days, you come on the show. Let me know, Kate.
All right, right on. I can't make any promises.
Hook it up.
She's a busy woman. What can I tell you, right?
Kate, listen, thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much.
We'll see you soon. Good
Thank
luck
you
with
so
the
much.
movie.
Maybe we'll see you at Christmas. You know, if Jane and I. Well, seriously.
You guys come on and promote the show for when you're in New York.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be fun. Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Hey,
you guys be safe. Thank you so much. And
thank you so much, Kate.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Thank you. So happy Mother's Day early for you. Actually, happy Mother's Day to both of you, right? Hey, I'm just kidding. Sorry. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much. Thanks, Scott.
Bye,
Thanks,
Kate.
Suki.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. What?
So
How
great,
awesome. How awesome.
Phenomenal. True superstar right there. Right? True superstar. And boy, you know what? Some folks come on and you hope they bring the energy, and she knows how to do and be on camera.
And Kate is just like, she knows her audience, and not better than that, she knows her fans.
Yeah, talented as can
really
be.
Awesome that she's
and you know what? I got to send out a big thanks to Sharon Olson out in LA.
Sharon Olson, our booker extraordinaire. Sharon,
Sharon,
you're the
best.
And your emails. Thank you.
You're the best. You're the best. Yeah, Sharon's very efficient, Sook, right?
So efficient, so professional. She takes our show to another level. So we thank her always.
Yeah. And it's always great. You know what? We have a booker in LA. Talk to our booker in LA.
Fancy.
Speaking of LA, look at this guy.
Handsome.
What's your booker's number? Maybe I can get on there.
Philly, has she called you to get on this show?
No,
What's
hey,
going on,
I'm part of the team already.
You certainly are, my friend.
You certainly are.
People have to go through you to get on this program.
Yeah.
How you doing, brother? This is show number 150, my friend. 150.
Nice.
Or thereabouts. Nice. I could be wrong. I may be right. Who knows?
You may be right.
Might be 160. Listen, Sook, before you go, let's Hey, did you guys get a package today?
Yes, I did.
From the first responders, children's.
Yeah, did you, Philly? I got a package.
Oh man, you know what? I did get a package, but my wife gets so many things I didn't even look at it. So
I did. I got a package. I did.
Got a package with shirts and hats and all kinds of stuff today.
Responders Children's Foundation.
There you go, guys. Yeah. Listen, man, that's our people. First Responders Children's Foundation, and we got. Hold on, let me get that. I look like a dork. We got the concert coming up. It's next Thursday already, right? The 22nd. In lieu of our show, you got the Taylor, Simon, and King celebration, and we still have a lot more tickets to sell, fellas and girls and guys, and we really need you to get on it. The link to this thing is up on our webpage. On our
next Thursday. I mean, that means the clock is counting, right?
Yeah. We really need to, folks really need to get on the ball for this one, and we need to sell a lot more tickets. So they're $15, everybody.
$15. I mean, that's one trip to Starbucks, like Suki said. I mean,
exactly.
I mean, it's a couple of movies on Hulu or whatever, whoever your streaming service is. I mean, if you were to go to a movie with a couple of members of your family, between admission and popcorn and refreshments, you're going to pay 10 times that amount.
Absolutely.
So it's some great entertainment. You can sit there enjoy from the comfort of your own home. And it's for a great cause. It's for the children, first responders. I mean, what's a better cause than that?
And also, you're supporting local musicians. That's another big part of it. That people who have been basically annihilated with this pandemic, who haven't been able to really, book the jobs that they were used to, the bread and butter that they really depended upon. And these guys are putting on a show for us. I mean, it's like a full circle, a celebration of music, but it's also a celebration of us as a community to come together. So what is $15, people? Zoe Marie, do you have your ticket? She says she does.
She does.
Clay has her tickets. Donna Fraschetto, I know who does. Nancy Rios, I don't know if you do. Autumn Courier says she got her ticket. And Paula Giordano Bozile, she says she got her ticket for the after show party as well. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Two quick things. Philly kid Sharon just texted me. She said, tell Phil to give me a call. I will book him on other things. And it will be good for the show and everybody around the show. So she said, I'm totally serious.
Nice.
So I will hook you up with Sharon.
Yeah.
And number 2 is Suki and I going to be together tomorrow, actually shooting in a studio tomorrow. We have a project that we're co-hosting, and maybe we'll pop on live for a little. We get to suit up again, Suk. So
yeah,
we'll suit
awesome.
up. I mean, we're doing a little serious thing, and it kind of goes.
It is serious. It's a 9/11 project.
Yeah, it goes back to 9/11 and first responders, but it kind of tells you who we are as people and wanting to give back to our community and the people that serve us. When you watch this show, you've got 3 people that really do believe in the service of others and giving back to community and giving back to people who always sacrifice so much. So we want you to know that from the bottom of our heart that this is something near and dear. So what's $15, people?
Yeah. And hey, I want to say, the project that you guys are shooting tomorrow, thank you so much for that. As a first responder myself for many, many, many years, our first responders, they respond to a lot of very, very critical incidents. Many of them get injured. Many of them lose their lives. They have families that need to be supported in the aftermath. Mm-hmm. And so, I love you, Suki. I love you, Scott, for doing that and supporting them. And thank you. And you guys can help too. So thank you.
Jeannie Clay just said $15 is cheap, people, and well worth it. Thank you, Jeannie Clay, for that.
Thank you, Jeannie.
And Phil, you can also catch us on the Folio Awards on the 23rd.
Folio Awards.
Yeah. Look at that, huh? We got sucked into that one. I'm not sure how, but we did.
But here's the thing about the Folio Awards. I mean, Scott and I have been journalists for, nearly more than 2 decades here in New York City. Just because we put on this hat as, sort of entertainers and facilitators of conversation on this platform, it doesn't take away from really our chops as news people.
Right.
And that's how we're able to do it so easily. I mean, and create this community in the way that we have. So Scott and I are going to be anointing the next generation, giving them the award, Phil.
Very ironic, as I
there
said.
Somewhere, Phil. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but there's a joke.
Before you go, Suk, I picked up a few ass cream cakes for you today.
I like that it says Fiesta ass cream cake.
Fiesta ass cream cake. There you go. I said to Phil last night, I think they could have put a sorted up on top just so little ass cream cake. So it's only $3.69.
Yeah, the change is kind of ironic.
It's funny how it's $3.69. Did you get that?
That's I was gonna say that's kind of crazy.
So huge shows next week. We'll do it all over again, and we'll see you later, my dear.
Cherry Hatcher got a ticket for her daughter-in-law too. Look at you.
Really?
Thank you, Cherry. Nice job.
Nice.
All right, have fun with your ass cream.
Yeah.
See you, Suki. Love you.
Have fun in the after party, guys. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Luke, I'll see you bright and early tomorrow.
I'll see you at 6 o'clock. Bye.
Bye, babe.
You guys gonna be on set at 6?
Oh my God, no, Philly. We have to be in. It's funny because hold on, let me get us up here. When you work a project for a production company, we know how long it really takes to sit down and shoot something. Half hour, 40 minutes. You bang it out once or twice. You're good to go. You get out. Right? When you work for a production company and they have to make it look like they're earning their money for the day. You come in at 9:30, you get your makeup on. Scott has to do a solo read. Suki has to do a solo read while I'm getting my makeup on. Then it's lunchtime before you know it. Then at 1 o'clock, you start to do a run through. And then at 2 o'clock, you start to do a run through together again. And you don't shoot till 3. So it's just funny, man, how they, I know the real truth. We can go in there at 9:30, be done by 11.
Yeah.
But it's just, you have to, make it look like you're getting your money's worth. So
yeah, exactly. And that's just the way. That's the nature of the beast. You got to. I've been on set at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and we get to shoot my scenes at maybe 1 in the afternoon.
Right. They want to make sure you're there, but it's funny to me because Suki, we could sit down in front of a teleprompter and bang something out in a half an hour.
Right.
You know, and then all right, let's do it one more time just for the fun of it. But it's an 8-hour day. But you know, to be in New York City by 9:30 and parking and everything else, you got to leave at 7 when it's 30 miles away.
Yeah.
You know, with the traffic and everything, but it's
exactly.
good. I'm glad we're getting out, and it's always great to get out and shoot. And looking forward to it.
Work is work, man. I'm glad for anybody that can be working.
Yeah, and it's for a really good project, and it'll be you know, we'll have fun doing it. The content's serious, but we'll have fun while we're hanging out. But speaking of which, my friend, we got to do a little singing.
Yeah. Hey, I was watching your trivia contest with Kate Flannery.
With Kate, yeah.
So I thought, hey, let me throw together a little contest for Scott.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's
finally somebody's gonna test me on something.
Yeah, I was gonna include Suki, but she had to go. I know she's got family stuff she had to do. So it's a theme song contest.
Oh, dude, that's right up my alley.
So I'm just gonna sing a few bars, and you can tell me, give me the name of the series, or even somebody who was on the series, whatever. So anything.
These are TV shows.
These are all TV shows.
Sitcoms or anything.
Sitcoms.
Yeah, because sitcoms back in the day always had like words to them, words to the show, to the music.
Right.
Or lyrics is what I'm looking to say. All right,
okay.
Go ahead, Philly kid.
Okay, song number 1, Scotty,
go ahead. For 500, I'll take sitcom themes.
Okay, now wait till I finish.
Go ahead, you do the whole thing.
Answer. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at what's happened to me. I can't believe it myself. Suddenly I'm on top of the world. It should have been somebody else. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me. Name that show, Scotty.
This is too good to be true. Look at me. Greatest American Hero, my friend.
Yeah. Would you happen to know who was the star of that?
Oh, the guy with the, he was in Carrie. He was the boyfriend in Carrie. With
Extra points if you know the star of the show.
Oh, blonde curly hair. William something. William Feline? William Cat. William, what's his last name?
William Cat.
Oh, Katt.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
That's the only way I can make you say Cat, though.
That's funny. Yeah, I remember that guy. Yeah, with the curly hair. All right, I'm 1 for 1. I'll take
1 for 1.
Sitcom themes for 1,000, Phil.
Okay, here we go. Making your way in the world today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You want to be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You want to be where everybody knows your name.
Cheers, baby.
That's right. Extra credit if you can name at least 2 of the actors that were regulars on the series.
Ted Danson, Kirstie Alley. Who was the other blonde who he liked? What was her name? She played Carol Brady in the Brady Bunch movies. I forgot her name.
I've added 2. I was thinking George Wendt. He was also
George
on
Wendt. Yeah. He was Norm.
And Ted. What was Ted's name?
Ted Danson's name was oh my God, he was the former baseball player.
No, who was the mailman on there?
The mailman. It was Norm and I'm losing my mind.
Me too.
All right, Shelley Long. Thank you, Linda. Shelley Long was in there. And who played Norm? I mean, we could find out real quick.
Hey, Nom. Yeah.
Hey, Nom. Norm on Cheers. Norm Peterson, George Wendt. Oh wait, I'm asking for Norm, but who was the mailman's name? What was his name? The mailman.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he played Sam. Rhea Perlman and Shelley Long. Yeah. All those guys. All right. Give me another one, baby. 2 for 2. I want to double up my money, and I'm going for 5,000 now. 5,000.
Okay, this is for all the marbles, and this may be a tough one.
All right.
Let's see here. Okay, and for all the marbles,
going home with the All or Nothing. Oh yeah. What's his name from Frasier was on that show.
Yeah. Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson, and who played Frasier? What's his name? Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah, Kelsey Grammer. A lot of big stars out of that show. But anyway, so 2, 4, 6, 8. Schlemiel, Schlemazel, Hassam Pfeffer Incorporated. We're gonna do it.
Don't
give us any chance, we'll take it. Read us any rule, we'll break it. We're gonna make our dreams come true. Take it, Scott.
Doing it our way, there is nothing we won't try. Never heard the word impossible this time. There's no stopping us. We're gonna do it. On your mark, get set, and go now. Got a dream, and we just know now. Little Levine and Shirley. Hello, girls.
So, extra credit if you can name the 2 major stars in that one.
Oh, well, that would be Laverne was Penny Marshall. And, oh, God,
Shirley Feeney was...
Yeah, Shirley was... wait, don't tell me. And then you had Michael... not played Lenny. Was Michael... what's his name? I'm losing it, Phil.
McKean. Michael McKean. And right. David Lander played Squiggy. Right. Cindy Williams.
He passed away recently. Right, Cindy Williams. And she also played Ron Howard's girlfriend in American Graffiti.
Yes.
Right?
And yes. And, of course, we had Eddie Mecca, who was Carmine.
Sharon, you're playing right along, huh? Sharon, why don't you link in? I'll put you on and you can sing with us. Come on, Sharon. Link in. We'll put you on.
But, so, yeah, that was that's just a little contest I threw together in a couple of minutes. But you did very well, Scott.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
You know your 70s sitcoms.
You know what's funny? When I was in college, sometimes if we were just like, you know what, if we weren't going out that night, we would just sit and get drunk in like the dorm room or whatever.
Right.
Because the drinking age back then was like 18 at the time. So when you went to college, you could drink immediately.
Right.
They had those CDs out of all the 70s and 80s sitcom themes. And we would literally sit there and play them. And it was, we'd be like half in the bag, laying on the floor. And it's like, all right, who can name this one? And there were like 50 of them on it. The Munsters, all of them. Batman, Mission Impossible, all those things were on there. And it was just, we used to just blast away. It was so much fun.
Yeah,
growing
up in the 70s was awesome.
Yeah. Show number 150.
Wow.
That's lots of good stuff cooking, man. Lots of good stuff cooking for the show. And we'll finish it up with some good singing.
Yeah,
good
singing. Let me ask you this real quick. Do you remember who your guests were on your very first Suki and Scott show?
Oh my God, our first guest. Our first one might have been Jerry Springer.
Wow.
When we were just doing Zooms, and it was just Suki and I, and we were just BSing and, having some friends in and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's turned into you got to, make them really good. But I feel like it was Jerry Springer might have been our first guy because we knew Jerry from our TV days. So it was kind of, hey, Jerry, why don't you just come on with us? So I think it was him. I could look back because I have all the shows.
Yeah.
I have them all.
Yeah. Interesting. I've been having people message me a lot lately, and they say they're fans of mine, but they also watch the show. And I've heard from people just in the past couple of days from Norway, Sweden. Yeah. Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Great Britain. See where else? Canada, of course.
Who are watching us?
Yeah, who are watching the Suki and Scott show. And they said they were turned on to it by whenever I shared it from my page.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, we have a worldwide following.
No, I know, man.
It's amazing.
And you know, it's funny because we see the folks who, you know, I always explain to everybody, we see the folks who write in on this, like Jeannie and Rory and Zoe. You know, we love that they're there. But there are so many people that watch the show that you'll never know they're watching.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's almost like a radio show. When people call into a radio show, if you listen to that show every day, it's normally the same people over and over who call the show.
Right.
90% of listeners to a radio show will never call into a radio show. I've never called a radio show unless I was a guest.
Right.
But I've never called, or I knew the host and I was goofing on, hey, what's up, bud? But I've never called into a show just to make a point or to counteract something. So it's just like this. The folks that write in on the side that we know the names, Vicki Robinson, Yvonne Burns, Cherry, that's because they're on every night and we see them.
Right.
There's thousands of people that we never see that are still watching, and they click in, they click out, they'll watch, they go to something else, and you would never even know it.
Yeah, and it's our biggest resource, our fans and people who follow us. Thank you guys so much from wherever you are in this country or around the world. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And that means Phil's going to sing for you.
That's right.
Because that's what we do here in the OT. We sing it up.
But
for good or bad, happy or sad.
But had a couple of requests.
What do you got, Philly?
From Jeannie Clay and Susan Smith. They asked if I would sing some George Strait and some All My Exes.
Nice.
So let's try it out.
All right, go ahead, brother.
Well, all my exes live in Texas, and Texas is the place I dearly love to be. And all my exes live in Texas, and that's why I hang my hat in Tennessee. Rosanna's down in Texarkana, wanted me to push her broom. Sweet Eileen, she's in Abilene, forgot I hung the moon. And Allison's in Galveston, somehow lost her sanity. And Dimples, who now lives in Temples, she's got the law looking for me. And all my exes live in Texas, and Texas is the place I dearly love to be. And now all my exes live in Texas, and that's why I hang my hat in Tennessee. Woo!
Bam. Whoop. Hello. Come back.
What
Hold
happened?
on. There we go. I used to use that line for all my sportscasts too. All my exes live in Texas. Like if the Mets were in Texas,
right?
If they were playing Houston or something like that, I'd be, all my exes live in Texas, and so do the Mets this weekend. Everybody was like, "What the hell are you talking about, man?"
Hey, speaking of baseball, I was in and out of the show getting earlier, and you guys were talking about J-Lo and
yes,
A-Rod. What's up with that deal?
Well, he's kissing himself at the mirror. That's what he's doing. A-Rod and J-Lo officially announced today that they have gone their separate ways, Phil.
Oh.
So everybody very upset about that. They will both be fine, I assure you. And, America's first couple is splitting up. So there you go.
Well, I guess that can that's
It put a crimp in my day. I got through it, but
I'm going to try to carry on myself.
Listen, I think for for A-Rod and J-Lo. You need some type of. Give me like a.
Oh, here we go. I've got the perfect one.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You never close your eyes anymore when I kiss your J lips, and there's no tenderness like before in J-Lo's fingertips. You're trying hard not to show it, J-Lo, but A-Rod, you've lost that love and feeling. Whoa, that love and feeling. J-Rod, A-Rod, you lost that love and feeling. Now it's gone, gone, gone. Whoa, whoa, whoa. They were J-Rod, but they're J-Rod no longer.
We had a love you don't find every day. We had a love. How about give me a little something from Lionel Richie, something love song-ish or breakup-ish. Like, how about a little maybe Truly?
Yeah, or well, you know, Easy's a breakup song.
All right, go ahead. I know that's a that was one of your first, right?
Yeah, that was the one I went viral with in my police car.
Nice. You got to get back in that police car one of these days, Billy. Just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm surprised. I'm surprised. I know you put out a lot of songs, but I haven't seen you like you know. I always do our duets in my car, only because it's my I have some privacy.
Right.
But I never see you do any tunes like in your car.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't know. I like to do them out here in my little man cave. You know, I got my little setup and.
What are you driving? You got a truck, a SUV? What are you driving?
I've got a Chevy Tahoe.
Chevy Tahoe.
And I've got plenty of room. And in fact, the wife and I were out running around today, and she was inside looking up some stuff. And I actually tried to do one sitting in the car, but I couldn't. It was all shaky, and so
all right, because you got to hold it.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
But do you put yours on a stand or something? Or do you hold it?
I hold it in the car.
Well,
like a dummy, I sit there and hope nobody's looking at me. This guy's singing in his car.
But anyway, a little breakup song.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Phil coming at you with Easy by Lionel Richie.
I know it sounds funny, but I just can't stand the pain. Girl, I'm leaving you tomorrow. Seems to me, J-Lo, you know I've done all I can. You see, I begged, stole bases, and I borrowed. Yeah, that's why I'm easy. Oh, I'm easy like Sunday morning. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Now, A-Rod, why in the world would anybody put chains on me? You know I paid my dues to make it. Everybody wants me to be what they want me to be. I'm not happy when I try to fake it. Oh no. Ooh, that's why I'm easy. Oh, I'm easy like Sunday morning. That's why I'm easy. Oh, I'm easy like Sunday morning.
I wanna be high, so high. I want to be free to know the things I do all right. I want to be free, just me. Phil, I feel like I'm burning up again in here. I'm noticing my face is getting redder as we speak. This heater is just really blowing me out.
So do you go down there and it's chilly at first? You turn it on and forget about it?
It's freezing. And that's why I'm wearing this sweater, which is a very nice UGG sweater. Very, very soft. But I come down in, regular T-shirt, whatever, and my hands are frozen.
Yeah.
And as I put this on, and by the time we're done with the show, I'm like a French fry because now I'm sizzling. Because I put it up to like 90 degrees.
Wow. Well, on behalf of A-Rod and J-Lo,
I think
I'll sing one more sad song.
Yeah, one more for them.
Okay.
Which one's it going to be?
This is for A-Rod and J-Lo, a little Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain.
Oh, that's a good one. Little Elton John.
In the twilight glow I see blue eyes crying in the rain. When we kissed goodbye and parted, I knew we'd never meet again. Love is like a dying ember, only memories remain. Through the ages I'll remember blue eyes crying in the rain. Someday when we meet up yonder, we'll stroll hand in hand again. In a land that knows no parting, blue eyes crying in the rain.
Oh, no, you know what? I thought that was, I was thinking of a different song. I was thinking of Baby's Got Blue Eyes. That's why I said Elton John.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I am home again.
Willie Nelson. Big hit for Willie Nelson.
Blue eyes crying in the rain. Isn't that in that Elton John song, though? Laughing in the sun. There's your blue
eyes. Baby's got
blue
eyes.
And I'm home. Somebody was asking for something, but I think it went by too fast. No, I missed it. All right. Anybody get Yobos? I know a few people got them. I know we sold a bunch of them, but I still use mine all the time.
Oh, so do I.
I love it.
Yep.
Little Yobo action, folks. Haven't hit you with that commercial in a while, have I? Might be time. While you're looking for a song, Philly, let me look in my little black book and see what we have on next week.
Nice.
Brian McKnight's brother, Claude.
Whoa.
Is part of a group called Take Six. Vinny Favale is on. He was a big shot with Letterman, big executive from Letterman. Couple of musical groups. We got our concert on Thursday.
Nice.
And then it keeps going, man. It keeps going. We are booked up. Donnie Most coming on in May from Happy Days.
Oh, sweet.
Shane Stanley, filmmaker. Harlan Coben is a book and movie author from Netflix.
Nice.
I told Suki earlier, Phil Rosenthal's coming on. He's the guy who created Everybody Loves Raymond. There's a night you are co-hosting with me.
Yeah, the 29th.
That's April 29th. We've got a musical guest and John Shayak, who's an actor who you know by face, maybe not by name.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite. He's
good, man. He's good.
Yeah, I've been watching Ray Donovan. He's on Ray Donovan.
Ray Donovan. Philippine Richardson, her birthday's coming up on Sunday. She would love it if you could sing happy birthday to her.
I would love to.
Philippine, this is for you. Send me $5 in the mail. We'll call it even.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Philippine. Happy birthday to you and many, many more. We love you, Philippine. Happy birthday, Philippine.
There you go. Hopefully you recorded that, Philippine. You can take it down. You play it on Sunday and you're good to go. Just play it Sunday. Can you guys do Chicken Fried by Zach Brown Band? We did that one, didn't we? Did we do that as a duet? Or did we scrap it? You know, I like my chicken fried.
No, I
or was that the one you did and I couldn't do it because you had a whole different like tune to it?
No, not my chicken fried. Hey, let's
Cold
go ahead.
Beer on a Friday night.
Yeah, I bet we can do it.
It fit just right. And the radio.
I bet we can do it.
Well, I was raised underneath the shade of a Georgia pine, and that's home, you know. Sweet tea, pecan pie, homemade wine, where the peaches grow. My house, it's not much to talk about, but it's filled with love and grown in Southern crowd. Or what is it? What's the word? Southern what?
Southern ground.
Southern ground. And a little bit of chicken fry. Cold beer on a Friday night. A pair of jeans that fit just right. And the radio. Go ahead, Philly.
Well, I've seen the sunrise, seen the love in my woman's eyes, feel the touch of a precious child, and know a mother's love. Well, it's funny how it's the little things in life that mean the most. Not where you live or what you drive or the price tag on your clothes. There's no dollar sign on a piece of mind, this I've come to know. So if you agree, have a drink with me, raise your glasses for a toast to a little bit of chicken fried, cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio up.
And then they do the thank God for my life, for the stars and stripes, and freedom forever flies. Let it ring. Salute the ones who die, the ones that give their lives so we don't have to sacrifice all the things we love, like our chicken fry, cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio. Take us home, Philly.
Well, I've seen the sunrise, see the love in my woman's eyes, feel the touch of a precious child, and know a mother's love.
All right, before we go, I want to give Jeannie Clay one last time to put her song up on the screen because I haven't seen it, and I'm getting yelled at to look for her song. So if somebody could tell us what Jeannie Clay's song is, Jeannie Clay, who never came on the audience participation night on Tuesday, but she does patrol the site for scammers.
Yeah, she said she tried, but the link wasn't working for her or something.
So what's the name of the song, Jeannie? What is it? What is it? Is it You Are Not Alone? Is that the song?
Yeah, she said it's one I put up about 8 months ago, but I don't remember it.
Was that the Michael Jackson You Are Not Alone?
You are not alone.
That one? 'Cause yeah, she wrote You Are Not Alone.
No, I think it's actually it's an Eagles song. but it sounds kind of similar, but
I remember Michael Jackson had that one, right? You are not alone. She said it's a sad song. Jeannie's making us end up on a sad song. Play us a slow song. We never do any Joe Jackson. He was great.
Joe Jackson.
Remember Joe Jackson? Pretty women out walking with gorillas down my street. They say no looks don't count for much. That goes this, so I'm told. You know that song? Is she really going out with him? You know that song, right?
Yeah.
Is she really gonna take him home tonight? The You Are Not Alone is that Eagles song that you did.
Yeah, and I can't remember the tune.
Jeannie, you know what they say? SOL, my friend. SOL.
Sorry, Jeannie. I'll look at it and relearn the tune. I can't think of it right now.
Man, all that work and Phil doesn't know it.
But
all right, baby, let's do one more. Take us home. Don't forget to get your tickets, folks. One more week. 1 week from tonight. Taylor, Simon, and King celebration. It's going to be great. $15. Get your tickets. Come on. We know you can do it.
Yeah. Get those tickets, folks. It's going to be a good show for a good cause.
Good cause. Right here on the hat. What's that say? First Responders Children's Fund Foundation. All right, Philly kid, take us home, baby.
Okay, we'll finish up the week with a little love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go. I was inspired by Jerry Springer last night. You have made my life complete, and I love you so. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Love me tender, love me long, take me to your heart. For it's there that I belong, and we'll never part. So love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will.
Nice. Nicely done, Philly. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper package tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Dream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings, Philly. These are a few of my favorite things.
Well, one of my favorite things is not that song, because I don't know it.
That's so funny. All right, so listen, man, we'll be back on Tuesday. Woohoo! Got a big weekend coming up. Big week ahead. Concert coming up on Thursday, people. Don't forget us.
Nice.
Don't forget us. Tell your friends. Tell your family. You got to go get this concert right here. We'll be on the after party. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to bring a lot of ass cream cake for $3.69. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. Rudy Giuliani's going to be there. Young Scott with his abs going to be there. This dog is going to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be great. We're going to have a good old time, Phil.
Maybe J-Lo's going to be there. She, It's
going to be great. Yeah, A-Rod and J-Lo are going to be there.
Not together, but they're going to be there.
They won't be together. No, Kate Flannery with half her head shaved. She's going to be there. It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. You know who else is going to be there? Your Dice is going to be there. Armand Asante.
Nice.
Vic DiBitetto is going to be there. See, Vic stood up before and he didn't have his pants on.
I missed that one.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. He stood up and he didn't have his pants. I think he did it on purpose, but it seemed like he was goofing around.
Yeah.
A-Rod kissing the mirror will be there. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. These two, they'll be there. It's going to be fantastic. Philly Kid, another good show, baby.
Yes.
Another good show. Don't forget to call. I'm going to hook you up with Sharon Olsen, and she's going to book you like you've never been booked before.
I like being booked.
All right. But good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go.
Do, 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 do.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go.
Do, 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 do.
We hate to
leave you, but we really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night.